Hello everyone, it's the Historical Gamer once again, and today we're returning to Strategic Command World War II, World at War. This is episode number 49 in our Let's Play series of this game, developed by Fury Software and published by Matrix and Slitherine Games. In our last episode, we began the Battle of Iwo Jima by bombarding the port and the facilities there, preparing for an eventual landing by our forces there. In today's episode, we will presumably continue that process while moving infantry troops into position, while also potentially making a landing on the Philippine Islands at Legazpi and beginning the liberation of the Philippines once more. Perhaps MacArthur will be able to give his famous speech saying that he has returned as we attempt to take the two national morale objectives and the important economic resources that exist in the Philippines for the Japanese in this game. With that being said, this was taken from a live stream from my Twitch channel from a couple of days back, so without any further ado, I'm going to go ahead and turn it back over to my live streamy self. You'll hear some back and forth with the audience, some interactions there, but I hope you guys sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. Let me know your thoughts down below, as always, and I'll catch you guys at the end. I have not played much in the way of board games. I played a few. There was like a Battle Cry Civil War game I played back in the day, but not many, you know. The beer and pretzel stuff, Axis and Allies, that kind of stuff. All right, let's go ahead and move forward one more turn, and we'll see what comes of it. Japanese morale falls due to the loss of San Josef. Tokyo mobilizes its home guard because I brought ships in so close. I am very interested in naval combat, so that sounds like an interesting board game. Science, okay, industrial technology development gets a nice little boost there. America develops command and control level 2. That should make our headquarters more effective. I'd rather get the economic boost, but, you know. See what the Germans have in store for us. France is not rainy at all, so we'll probably get a lot of tactical air. We discovered, I think it's the Akagi off the coast of Korea. Japanese subs going after our cruisers there near Truk. Really? In the board game you can use ramming at Jutland? Accidental collisions I would think would be a thing, but ramming? You know, there was a period of time in the late 1880s, I think before, it was around the time, I think, of the Chilean Civil War, which I think was like in the 1890s, where there were still military theorists who thought ramming was a thing. And so you had, like, bow rams put on some of the ships. They weren't totally convinced that that naval gunnery was the end-all, be-all, and that's because the only major naval action since, I think, the Napoleonic Wars, or maybe since the Crimean War in like the 1860s or 70s, I think with the Italians, involved an incident, a pretty famous incident of capital ships, like there was a ramming incident. So like naval theorists were like, is this indicative of the future of naval warfare? I was like, no, it was just kind of a fluke. All right, lots of German TAC air. They even sank a warship in the Adriatic. Good weather in Europe, Western Europe. Bad weather over Moscow, which is good. This is good. Oh no, Portuguese corps is gone. The Free French troops there might be gone too. Oh shit, retreat, tank unit, retreat! No! We just lost one of our American armored units that I was depending on for the counterattack. Yeah, big terp, but I was thinking it was like 20 years after the Civil War, I think, maybe 10 years after the Civil War. I think it was like 1870s. I don't think it was definitely not the Monitor and Merrimack that they were thinking of. It was something to do with Italy, I think. God damn it! They're just obliterating us! It feels like just randomly the Germans will go from being able to do jack diddly to just like, we're going to steamroll you. I don't know if you can develop nukes Big Bang. I'm not sure. That was a really bad turn in France. God damn it. So the Prince of Wales was sunk. Lisbon Corps destroyed. 2nd U.S. tank destroyed. Leclerc Free French Corps destroyed. 10th Soviet Army destroyed. Germans really love to have their navy just sit off Norway. Second U.S. Army's ready. Shock Army and a Chinese Corps. Okay. All right, so we put U.S. Marines ashore in the Philippines. Took Legazpi, which is a secondary headquarter or secondary supply. So we're going to bring the Commonwealth forces over here to work on the liberation of the Philippines. Meanwhile, interestingly enough, they didn't really hit me over there. Not sure I want to bring these guys. All right, so the Japanese, or the Akagi is based out of Seoul, which I can't really hit that with right now anyway. It's snowing there. But good weather over, or maybe not good weather. Good weather over over Iwo Jima, but not the bases around Iwo. See if our bombardments can accomplish anything. Probably not. I think there's a 30% chance they do damage to the actual unit. But they can hurt its readiness and its effectiveness. Our own ship's readiness is not very good at this point. All right, this is the 3rd U.S. Army. I've got to get the 1st Marines on long-range transports. Meanwhile, these guys have to come all the way west. So hopefully Iwo will fall next turn. I'll hit it with 3 long-range transport amphibious landings. I'm going to move these guys away. Move this battleship north. I think honestly, at this point, I've kind of given up on Western Europe. Is it bad to say that? Like, just we get 0 to 2. Destroy this port as a supply facility. Davo does produce some supply, but then we can start hitting them next turn. Seriously? You gave me a 0 to 1 and I got nothing? Keep holding, Lankow. You know, we did get a new Chinese corps. I think we'll deploy that near Chungking. Maybe like right in front of Chungking. We've had some success with localized counterattacks there. Back to the Pacific. I'm not going to reinforce these carriers quite yet. I want to see what develops. Did we see any kind of Japanese amphibious group over Northern Australia? No. All right, so I need to get these guys back to full strength, but none of them can do that because they don't have enough headquarters support. Okay. You'd think at least the guys in Singapore would have a chance. Anyway, we're going to cram as many troops into the Philippines as we can get. Didn't we have a battleship coming up somewhere around here? Or did I already move him out? I don't even think the Sudan headquarters does anything. Because there's no Sudanese forces. Which again, I don't quite understand the logic there for the way the headquarters work. But anyway. Nope, not going to do that. Can I see your chats? Yes, I can, Sean Mack. What are you asking? Did I miss something? Maybe we go for Osaka instead. I don't know. All right, reinforce those guys to max. Reinforce these guys to max. All right, we'll wait on the rest. Let's take a look at... oh, still got a sub here. Throw him west also. Knock Japan quickly and rush to Europe. I mean, that's what I'm trying, but it's not quite so easy to just win. Like, okay. Thanks. Oh, the Battle of Lisa or Isa? Yeah, that sounds right. Why are these German units unbeatable? Is it because they're opposite of a river, or... These mechanized troops still can't reinforce. Oh, of course it's snowing on our side. I'm sure this armor down here is going to get destroyed next turn. So to that end, let's move this infantry this way. Pull these headquarters back a little bit. 6-1. I need more men. All right, we've got one new American army at least. I can deploy that next in 2 turns. Of course, they get nothing. I feel like my headquarters units should be doing better than this. Those guys all have headquarters. These guys all have headquarters. What? Why aren't you doing better? All right. You know, part of the other issue is doctrinally, or however you pronounce that word, I have not researched enough in Russia to give my mechanized units 2 attack points, or 2 attack values, which I should have, but I haven't. In any event, we just destroyed a German army in Russia, so that's good. Reinforce those guys to full strength. The Battle of Riziev, or Rizian. Got another one! Woo! German heavy artillery defending that core. God damn you and your heavy artillery. Got another German corps destroyed there. Do I dare bring my shock army forward and try and attack them? Well, that RNG didn't work out. Yes, I'm sacrificing all of my entrenchment values. But we destroyed a German heavy tank unit! The other problem is I haven't been researching, or I haven't been spending money on reinforcements for the Russians. Well, no, that's not true. I spent a little bit on reinforcements. Pray for winter. All right, so 123. As much as I would love to move these guys out to try and crush this 11th German army, I'm not going to do it. We do have a new shock army, which I will deploy where? We'll deploy here to support the offensive westward here. Well, so the Soviets just got 280 more points. Spend 180 of it on a new army. And a new corps. So we've got a new army and a new corps. In January, we're going to get another shock army, a regular infantry army, and another corps of infantry on the Russian front. And hopefully with winter here, the Germans are going to be much less effective, and maybe we'll get some benefits of our own now that we're into December. Have I considered winning yet? Seems like a smart strategy. Perhaps I should consider it. Not in Europe, though. I only prefer to lose in Europe. I mean, the Germans are slowly being worn down. They were at like 133 before, now they're down to 123. The Soviets are at 29, which is, I think, 3 weaker than they were before. 25, 38. 92. So 92. So they've got about... But again, a large number of my units aren't even facing the Germans, so that's less relevant. And so I plan to move this Indian Corps here up near Mindanao. All right. Did I not get recon over there? What's their morale, by the way, after losing San Josef? The Japanese morale. They're down to 64. So they're dropping, but not very slowly. Or not very quickly. If we could take Manila and Davao. Davao, however you pronounce that. Maybe that would help a little bit. Okay. Only 1943 considered winning? Nope. No considerations of winning here. All right. Huh. My sub numbers went down too. I wonder if some Prime subs expired. Unless any of you unsubbed to me during this immediate stream. You were so unimpressed with my performance. That guy sucks. Revoke it. All right. Let's do this. Let's send these garrisons out to somewhere. The interesting is there's nothing preventing the AI from being like, hey, we're just going to jump into your rear and take one of these bases. I don't... My naval power isn't strong enough really to stop that. All right, let's reinforce the carriers. So all of our air wings on those fleet carriers are built back up. They could use a little bit more strength. Meanwhile, the garrison or the marine unit at Iwo is still at 5 out of 5 supply. I think it will start dropping next turn, as it'll be turn number 2 with no supply through the port. Although it is a secondary supply, so it might not drop at all. And we're gonna hit them either next turn with 3 units here, depending on what the odds are, or waiting for the 3rd Marine tank to hit Iwo next turn. You're used to my suckage. Thanks. Thanks a lot. Black Horse 6, I don't remember if I thanked you for the follow, but thank you for the follow. But that's going to do it for now. We've been going for about 2.5 hours, guys. We're on the verge of a major invasion in the Philippines and Iwo Jima as we close in on Japan, hopefully slowly weakening them. I'm curious about Hiroshima. Is that... You know, one potential strategy would be to have 3 amphibs here take Hiroshima while we also land at Nagasaki. But I don't know if I can do that. I don't know if I have the strength to do that. I'm assuming Okinawa has a garrison. It does, although it is an under strength garrison. Also, we could land on the northern edge of Okinawa and then advance south. That would matter more if I had a lot of land-based air units that I could just operate here and then pound them to get air superiority, but I don't. So another interesting ploy would be checking what they have in their rear garrison units at like Shanghai and Fuzhou and landing in their rear in China and cutting their supply out from behind them. Also, some of those are national morale centers, so it would hurt if we took Nanjing and Shanghai and Tsingtao. something I should consider. It's probably what I'd have to do if we took Japan, but we're going to go for Tokyo first, obviously. All right, guys, so that's going to do it for this episode number 49 of our Strategic Command World War II Let's Play series. We are ready to begin the amphibious landings at Iwo Jima in our next video. We have begun the landings in the Philippines, liberating Legazpi, moving toward Manila, and we will also be moving toward Davao. We have large fleet units in both sectors. The Japanese Navy is not a threat. Doesn't seem like the Japanese have a lot of tactical air in and around either objective either, so I'm hopeful that both operations will proceed smoothly, with the Australians going heavy into the Philippines and the Americans going heavy for Iwo Jima. Potentially we'll make a move on Okinawa as well, really to wear down the Japanese national morale, but we'll have to see how everything plays out. With that being said, that's going to do it for me on this episode. Hope you guys enjoy. As always, leave your thoughts down below. And until next time, this is the Historical Gamer saying, as I always like to say, thank you for watching, and until next time, I'm out.